Relax as we take you on a guided journey. This is not a meditation, but a gentle journey. You will be able to enter and leave this journey as you wish. For this journey, a guide will come to you so that you can blend with their light of love. They may come as light, a color, a sound, a shape, or someone you know from your life now, or a spirit guide. Just know that the one that comes to guide you has a personal connection to you. Let them come now. Let it be as vague or as vivid as you need it to be for the journey. It is the light and love of an energy that you trust, that fills you with love and confidence and peace. Let them wrap you in a cocoon of love and light. Feel safe in this cocoon and know that you are safe and protected in the love. Feel your energy expand to the edges of this cocoon and start to mingle with their energy. This cocoon is an embrace of each other that is a blending of two as one, without losing your independence. It is an eternal moment of oneness. The light and the mist that has surrounded you is lifting, and you find that you are standing in a space. Nothing more, just a space. But it is not nothing. It is neither here nor there. It is between here and there. It is the liminal. Look down on the floor. See lines and squares. It is a shape you remember from childhood when you played hopscotch. Remember jumping on the single square with 1 foot, then 2 feet in 2 squares, then 1 and 2 and... Yes, this is a game that you know, so it fills you with joy. But you don't know what it means here, so you sense an ambiguity. You're feeling a little confused. Think a moment. Do you allow the ambiguity and uncertainty to stop you moving forward? Or do you trust that you are safe and secure in this world? Choose. Choose for yourself in this moment. If you choose to continue, step up to the line before the first square. If you choose to leave this ritual, open your eyes and find you're in your room, just as you were before. So, standing at the line before the first square, This is the place to choose what you desire. Is it something for this time of reflection and rest? Is it something for the experience of this ritual? Or do you choose something for the world, for another, or for yourself? In your mind, state what you are choosing to desire. Everything begins with desire. Feel the feeling of your desire come forward. Allow another energy of desire to come up through your feet and into your being. It is the desire from the earth. The desire that you have what you desire. The energies of desire commingle in your body as one desire. Now, step forward onto the first square, standing solidly on both feet within this square. It is time to clarify what you desire by using your imagination. Again, allow the energy of the earth to rise through your feet and mix with your imagination. Let that imagination run wild. As you imagine the many ways this desire can take form, let them go. Let another rise in its place. Allow the form to be different, to be wild and wonderful. Let go of any need for control over the form. Now, next step forward onto the two squares. Your right foot in the right square and your left foot in the left square. Solidly you stand and allow the energy of a vision to flow up through your right foot. Through your left foot will flow focused attention. Allow these to flow upwards throughout your body and meet. In that mingling will be the vision that has emerged out of your imagination. It is made of many different images and forms that have come forward. Allow your thoughts to come into focused attention, merging together in a whirlpool of the vision, with the hope and expectation that have come from your intention. They become the way to move forward in what you want. The way forward does not have to be through competition and winning, where you need to be better than others or to be more powerful than others. Realize that your power is a personal power. It allows you to become stronger and in that strength to work with others in a partnership and in co-creation. Step forward again into the single square before you, both feet in the square. Know that you can have what you desire without struggle, suffering, or hardship. Stand solidly and feel the energy rise in you. This energy is of choice. To choose that life need not be a struggle, filled with hardship or suffering, and consumed by the need to be vindicated about your past. Recognize that self-forgiveness liberates you from the past. It allows the flow of the future to fill your life and your vision. It allows these energies to blend in you so you can know the elegance of the life you are imagining, and it can fill you. It is time to step again onto the two squares in front of you, your right foot in the right square and your left foot in the left square. The right foot has stepped into joy, the great, magnificent, wonderful joy of growing and changing, the exuberance for life and living. Your left foot is standing on courage. The courage to think, to discriminate in your thinking, to have beliefs and opinions, and importantly, to act upon them. In the joy that flows into you is the knowing that the world is friendly and supportive. Sometimes it may feel otherwise, but deep within, you know it is not hostile or the enemy. To try and control and dominate the world does not work. Working with, in balance, in harmony, is what works. In the flow of courage, recognize that it will take courage to stop taking and taking from the world, and to live in a way that gives of yourself. The courage to live an authentic life, to allow its unfolding, moving into the becoming of who you are. Again, step forward into the next set of squares before you. Again, the right foot to the right square and the left likewise. Allow the energies to flow into you and to meet and mingle in your being. The right has stepped into the wisdom that is the deeper and grander sense of knowing. The left into the understanding that comes from having discernment, making evaluations, and decisions, seeking the different views and perspectives out in the world. The energies of wisdom and understanding come through you. And the realization that humanity holds the experience of pain and suffering. People are not bad or wrong or unloving, but they get trapped in thoughts and feelings of self-blame and blaming others. Through your wisdom and understanding, you see that pain and suffering, and you know the potentiality for humanity when the giving and receiving of love is the way of being. Now step forward onto the last remaining square. This last step allows you to stand in life from the place filled with wisdom and understanding, enabling you to both be and become the truest you. Allow that energy to rise from the earth below this square and fill your body. As it rises up your body, mingling with all the energy that the earth has already given. Allow it to alter your senses. Allow the opening of the senses that are not familiar to you. But first, be in touch with your familiar senses. Give attention to your sight, sound, smell. Give attention to them in your imagination, however that makes sense for you. Now the feeling of touch under your hand or the clothes on your body, allow them to become more. Now your imagination. Breathe in and allow your imagination to expand. Now breathe out. It is time to work with the unfamiliar senses. First, the feeling of warmth and light that is now surrounding you. Now the sense of movement, a movement that doesn't move. It is a sense of movement with its balance. Then the sense of voice and the sense of substance. All these are experienced in this moment. Warmth, light, movement with its balance, voice that doesn't speak, and substance. You are alive in the energy of the earth and your imagination. In the journey along this path, you have moved beyond the human world. It is still so filled with the need for domination. Look before you into the space that is opening as a vortex of energy. In this space of the between has opened a vortex onto the world of Faerie. The world of Faerie, which value dominion, being at one with, and working in partnership with, are the ways of being and doing in this world. Faerie, the world of the large, elegant, magical beings that may or may not look as we expect. Not the small beings of gardens and childhood imagining, or of the elves of the fantasy stories. Faerie, a world that parallels our own, but in another dimension. Faerie that have existed for hundreds of thousands of years, where time and space are very different to ours. The invitation is to stand or sit in this final square and to think and feel about the issues you bring today. The answer will be through your senses. So give Faerie the time and space to answer. You may find a wondrous being of Faerie comes to the other side of this vortex. It may take the form of an animal or a tree or a voice that comes from everywhere. Allow it to be what it is. We will now leave you to enjoy your communication. When you are ready, you can return to this world by just opening your eyes. Remember to move and stretch your body. And before you leave, give thanks and feel the gratitude to Faerie for this gift of communication.
Day 6, Clarity. This is a beautiful quality and one essential to the renewal of the self. Within the bounds of clarity, you can more clearly see who you really are, who you are becoming. There's a transparency that you can access with clarity. There's a purity that you can find that has a certain lucidity that guides you to something more about yourself. There, you will find a new voice from which to speak to your world, a voice that is easy to hear and to see.